This show is only made possible because of donations. And you can donate as little as you want, but one thing people don't talk about, you can donate as much as you want to.
Hey.
As much as you want. Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns. Ensure that this show continues by giving us as much as you want.
You want to do 1 million? You can do
it!
You can do it. We won't stop you. I'm just going to leave it open. I'm just going to leave all these thousands of tabs open because they're all equally important and they're going to be taken equally seriously in a very short amount of time. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Cannata.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens.
Hey,
man.
you want to?
How are you?
You want to grow an arm?
No, I'm good.
You don't want to grow an arm?
No, I'm good. I've seen the dark backward. I know how that ends. I don't want kids. Ask your parents what the dark backward is.
Guess what?
What?
We can grow an arm now.
I don't want to.
We can.
I'm busy today.
I feel like you wouldn't want this.
I'm trying to be polite. I'm trying to be polite and decline your offer, and you're not letting me out of it.
But
This is
I want to
some
grow you an arm.
This is some Dale Carnegie shit. You're trying to
Hey man,
you're trying to sell me.
Just,
Always be closing when it comes to arms.
Always be closing your arms.
No, grow an arm like how? Like what?
In a lab. You know,
Well,
grow a new arm.
No, I like that. If it's not us growing the arm, I like it.
You don't want to have an arm farm where we just grow arms?
I thought you were talking about, no, I actually do. I thought you were talking about, do I want to grow an extra arm?
Oh, do you want to take this pill and then sprout an arm,
like that
third
weird,
arm.
Like that weird Spider-Man story arc.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted me do you want to have 6 arms? No, absolutely not. 2 has been proven time and time again to be the correct number of arms.
Although, there are times.
Name one time.
Where you could use an extra arm?
Yeah.
When my arms are full and I need to carry that extra thing and I dropped it.
Is that really worth having a third arm growing out of your back?
I'm saying you're walking from your car.
Yeah.
You gotta open. You have your 2 bags of groceries.
Yeah.
And you need to now unlock the door.
Uh-huh. Why don't you put the bag down, Jeff?
I hate putting the bag down.
Why?
It was very difficult for me to get the bag situated just so.
Do you hate putting the bag down more than you hate having a third arm growing out of your back constantly? Which one do you find more displeasing?
Well, I would have to buy a whole new set of shirts. It would be very inconvenient. But this is not that. This is actually scientists have now officially grown a rat forelimb, a rat arm in a petri dish in a lab. This is using the technique. We actually talked about this before on a previous episode when we were talking about hearts. It was the episode Take My Pulse.
Yes.
Where we talked about replacing the heart and how we have grown hearts using scaffolding of organs.
Yeah.
This is the same technique where you strip away the organs of a donor by using detergents and
it's like a really disgustingly and unsettlingly low-tech technique.
Yeah,
where it's just like bleaching a heart until the flesh goes away and all that's left is like the structure of a heart.
Right. So you're getting rid of all of the cells of the donor and then injecting cells of the recipient onto it. And the cells, for some reason, know to grow heart when they're in contact with heart scaffolding.
So this is a rat arm. Did they have to use... If you have to use the scaffold of one rat arm to build another rat arm, that's kind not of a net gain.
It's a zero-sum game.
That is,
yes.
You're really no better off, except for some rat went through a lot of pain to donate that arm.
Carl has one fewer arm, while Ted has...
While technology has one more arm.
Yeah.
Score 1 for science. Sorry, Carl.
It's true. You really do need a donor arm, but it's much more difficult, it turns out, to grow an arm than it is to grow a heart.
Sure,
a heart is
basically. A heart is basically a muscle. I know it's not a muscle, but it's a pretty simple structure.
Right.
Whereas an arm is multiple simple structures put together.
Exactly, and there's many more cell types, it turns out, at work in an arm. So it was much more difficult. They had to do a lot more to grow this arm, but they did it. They grew an arm, and it's literally just a detached arm. And then to detect whether or not
you haven't grown an arm, you've just pissed off a rat. You started with an arm.
Yeah,
There's like
true.
a rat. There's a rat 10 feet away in a cage with one arm just staring angrily at that other arm. Just like, you motherfuckers. They're all like high-fiving and having champagne, and this rat's just staring like, all you did was cut off my arm. You just succeeded in cutting off my arm.
And Carl, they took your arm.
Yes, I know.
And then they put a bunch of bleach on it.
Uh-huh.
And they turned it into not arm.
Oh God, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
And then they made it back into arm. So they had your arm.
Can I have my arm back?
I don't think so. They're just keeping it in that petri dish, man. It looks really a lot like your arm again, though. If for a while, it didn't look anything like your arm.
If it makes you feel any better, it's super totally your arm again now.
Yeah. Do you remember last Tuesday when we looked at it and it didn't look like anything?
Yeah.
Now it looks like your arm again. Isn't that great?
I want you to go away. I just want to be alone. I got to run the wheel for a while. I gotta get my mind off
No,
this.
just take it out on the wheel. You gotta hitch your giddy up now.
If you could help me up onto the wheel. And I gotta take it a little slow.
Yeah, don't rush.
They took away the one thing I enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, just you gotta lean.
I only enjoy one thing. I only eat one thing. I only mostly think one thing.
Yeah, and it's where's my arm?
So, but I could see the practical application of this is somebody is a partial amputee or has lost an arm, has lost a finger, has lost a hand.
Yeah, and it
needs
legs.
Needs reconstructive surgery on any part of themselves.
Right.
We now can replace the matter that has gone missing. Is that the idea?
That is the idea, and they actually were testing this arm to see if it functions by electrocuting the muscles in certain ways, and it would function like a real arm. It would grip things and move in the way you would if that muscle was stimulated.
Not to keep harping on this. Mm-hmm. Why didn't they test it by attaching it to Carl?
Well, it gets weirder. They did do that.
Oh, no.
They attached it. They attached it to see if the circulatory system would feed blood to it, which it did. So score one for Carl's circulatory system. But they did not test for muscle movement or rejection. And I don't know how that works. It basically
says... Well, it's really easy. If you put the arm on the rat and it doesn't move, then the muscles aren't working.
No, but I don't understand why they didn't do that. It says they attached the biolimb to an anesthetized healthy rat and saw that blood from the rat circulated into the new limb. However, they didn't test for muscle movement or rejection.
Do you know what that means?
I'm asking.
That's PR talk for it wasn't going to work.
We're not going to test for that.
You know what's going to happen is we're going to test for that, and it's not going to work. And we know it's not going to work, so let's not test for it.
Right.
Because then as scientists, we can say, oh, there's not enough data. We didn't test for it. That's like when I borrow something from you, like you lend me your lawnmower or something, and I bring your lawnmower back and I go, yeah, I mowed the lawn and there was like a weird crunching sound. And I didn't turn the lawnmower back on after that, but I think it works just fine.
No, but you broke it.
No, I don't know because I haven't turned it back on since then. I think it's going to work fine. It looks fine.
Well, let's turn it on right now.
No, I got to go because I got a thing.
It was a loud crunching. It's not supposed to have a loud crunching sound.
You know what it is I was eating a crackle. You know, a delicious Hershey's crackle?
Uh-huh.
And I think I was wearing my headphones and I was eating a crackle, and it was probably just me eating the crackle because I looked down and I didn't see that I ran anything over. And it's probably just fine, so I got to go.
Right.
Do you like a crackle better or a Mr. Good bar better?
I'm a crackle man for sure.
Yeah, well, super too.
Yeah.
Me too. High five.
High five.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, I'll see you next week, man. Thanks for letting me borrow that.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Crackles, right? Am I right?
Crackle. You were right. You're so right about crackles.
Good.
All right,
okay.
see you, man. All right, I guess it's time to mow my lawn.
That's what it's like. It's like, it's like when you used to lend somebody a CD and you return it, you're like, great CD, and then you open it up, it's like super scratch. It won't play. It's that shit. It's like, I'm going to put this onto this rat. Can you imagine being Carl the rat? It's like, oh, they're bringing it back over. Dude, Steve, they're bringing it back over.
Oh, Carl, this is your big moment, man. They're going to reattach it.
Oh my God, they're reattaching my arm.
Yeah.
They're reattaching.
How does it feel?
I don't know. I don't feel anything.
Uh-oh.
Well, maybe if we give it a minute, it'll come back. Hey!
No, they take it. Those guys, they took it off. Did it feel good for that? Did it feel like you were?
I couldn't feel anything.
Oh.
I haven't felt anything in days. Not just my arm, my heart. Oh. They took it away from me. Not really.
No, that was
metaphorically.
That was Leroy, and do not get him started about that heart that they grew.
I feel no emotion. The world is a disgusting sea of gray. All things lead to death. So did they take away his physical heart or his metaphorical heart? Because I'm getting mixed up between which of us.
Yeah. No, he was always that dark. It just, they took away his heart.
Oh, okay.
You should read his poetry. It's chilling.
Jeez. I will. A cage. A point? No.
Oh, Leroy Mousenstein, you're the best. Here's the thing I don't get about this, though. How do you not test for rejection?
I'm telling you, they knew it wasn't going to work, and so they didn't test.
It's like they attach it, and they see that it circulates, and like, stop the test, and then like it falls, it atrophies and falls off. And like, nope, that test we stopped.
It turns into dust.
Then
the rest of him turns into dust.
We stopped the test before that. We didn't test for that.
He just explodes. Like, I don't know what I think I genuinely think it. Hey, what about this? What if they were thinking about the feelings of the rat? What if they were worried that it would be dangerous to the rat? I'm just kidding because they're scientists.
They don't care about rats. They ripped an arm off a rat, boiled it in detergent, and then rebuilt an arm, and then
What's weird is they taped his eyelids open and made him watch the whole thing.
They made his whole family watch.
Did they have to do that?
No.
I don't know. They said it was important to the clinical trial. It's all written up in the paper.
Little Carl Jr. is horrified. He can't even look at
Is that why it's called Carl's Jr.? It's all like ground up mouse?
Yeah, that's how they get
ground
their
mouse limbs.
delicious mouse arms. It's all mouse arms from here to the end of the bun.
Yeah, so I think they genuinely were like, okay, we want this part to be inconclusive. We're going to ask for more money. We're going to ask for another grant. We're going to try this again. And next time we're going to go for reattaching the muscles or something like that. That's what I genuinely feel.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just don't understand how you stop the thing. You're like, yeah, it circulates blood. That's not test for rejection.
Maybe what happened was like that scene in RoboCop 2 where they're trying all the new RoboCops. You know, and like the one RoboCop just comes up to the glass and like pulls his head off and starts screaming, and the other RoboCop walks into the room and just shoots everybody in the room. You know, like maybe they put the arm on him, and
he got drunk with power.
He just went nuts. Maybe it was like an Akira arm, like Tetsuo. Yeah. It just grew into like this massive, disgusting, undulating muscle. Steve, get away!
No, Carl, no!
I don't want to do this!
Fight
it! Day 37, the mouse is turning into a horrible globular mass of other mice and mice parts. No! My calculator seems to be in there. Some wiring, I don't get it. It's growing too large for the cage.
Carl 2-0! Steve Nader!
I think we should... I think we should deattach the arm now. We should detach the arm. We should really.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove the last 3 pages of the study and just say we didn't test for that.
Yeah, because this shit's getting really weird.
Yeah, we really shouldn't have done that.
Hey, do you think we'll ever stop playing God?
We wouldn't have a show if we did that. Let me ask you this question: would you rather?
What show do these scientists have?
They're just fodder for our show, man. They only exist to have fodder for our show.
I thought you were speaking as a scientist. I thought maybe these were like the evil reality TV versions of Neil deGrasse Tyson or something. Like
Neil deGrasse Tyson's like, yeah, Cosmos.
Just this disgustingly twisted version of Bill Nye that's like, let's see if you remove the ear of one twin, if the other twin screams.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. That is not a Disney Channel meeting you wanted to be in.
No. Although I think that show would do great in the ratings.
I would love to watch that show, actually.
Let me ask you this question, Anthony. Are you, let's say you, I know you're a big fan of replacing the frail human form with a far superior form.
Yes.
Let's say you have the option.
It doesn't have to look like a spider, but it's probably going to look like a spider.
Most definitely. Yeah, I get that. Let's say you have the option of perfectly formed biological super arm.
Hello.
Oh.
He said flexing.
Yeah, no, your arm is perfectly formed. I will grant you that.
Okay, so this is hypothetical. This is like
improbable situation.
If I was a dude that didn't know the way to the gun show is what you're saying.
Yeah, if you didn't, or
can you help me open a jar later?
Or perfectly designed mechanical arm.
Do you know? Okay, can I tell you what?
What?
Can I tell you what? For arms and legs and all that stuff, I'm gonna say like I don't want to be the dude who's on the testing bed. I don't want to be on the chopping block. Can I tell you what I would do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take off the monitor headphones here. I'm gonna let you look at my ears. You see my ears?
Yeah.
I love my ears. Okay, my ears are
You
fine.
love your ears.
I love my ears. They're fine. They're great. They're perfect.
I've never felt that strongly about ears.
But listen to where I'm going on this.
Okay. I'll use my ears.
Now your ears and my ears, there's a difference between them. Do you know what the difference is? Your lobes are attached. You have the genetic thing where your lobes are attached to the bottom and they don't hang.
What the fuck?
Okay? Now that's a recessive, that's like a dominant recessive gene. There are two ways that your earlobes can grow. Either the attached or the detached earlobe. If I had it to do all over again and I could choose my ears, I would 100% go attached earlobe. Look at these things hanging here. That's fucking ridiculous. They're only gonna get weirder as I get older. Why can't I have attached earlobes? It's so much more pleasing looking. It makes the head more compact. I think it's probably more aerodynamic. It's just a much more like, I don't know. If Dieter Rams was designing ears, why would he wouldn't detach the lobes? It serves no purpose.
Anthony, I'm never going to not be able to see that now.
Right? Have you ever even noticed that in people?
I've never noticed it in people ever, and I've certainly never noticed it in you.
Right?
And now I'm never not going to notice it.
Because you're coming from a place of lobe privilege because you have attached lobes. You've never thought about it.
Yeah. It's like I just had the blue pill of lobes.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can't unsee that.
Dude,
lobes,
can I just tell you something?
They waggle to and fro.
Yeah.
You could tie them in a knot. You could tie them in a bow.
By the time I'm 60, they're just going to be like, everything grows downward, dude.
Yeah.
And people with detached lobes, they wind up with the floppy old man ears.
But maybe that's in now with those kids with the whatchamacallit.
Oh, I have better ears for gauges.
Yeah.
Like if I was going to get gauges, like, there's nothing that shows off a gauge better than a detached
lobe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because mine would just stretch the bottom of my chin.
Yeah, yours are more built for like the late 80s, early 90s ponytail blazer, like tiny hoop on a dude.
Right.
You know, like that cool.
Or like the tasteful Harrison Ford one diamond stud.
Yeah. Like grandpa golf and fly. Like that sort of thing. You're gonna be like a silver fox kind of Italian dude with like one diamond stud, while I'm gonna have like, I don't know, gauges in my ears. I'm gonna look like Carl Gustafson or some shit. Like attached earlobes are the way to go. And if they could yank off my ear
lobe scaffolding,
bleach it down to the scaffold, put it on, resequence a little bit of my DNA, right? Like, give me that attached lobe, dog.
Right.
That's where it's at.
Because your arms are perfect.
That's why you
perfectly toned arms, muscular arms.
Listen, I know where the gun show is.
Right, and
it's that way. Jeff.
No matter how
it's that way.
No matter how many times you flex and show off your sweet guns, the eye is naturally drawn upward
to my weird fucking ears.
Yeah, to the detached lobes.
Of course, I've known this for years.
Yeah,
that's why every other part of me has to be so perfect, Jeff.
I understand.
That's why, because it has to make up for my nightmare lobes. Because otherwise, there's nothing to even momentarily distract from them.
And no matter how many hours you spend at the gym, no matter how much nutrition you ingest, it doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the lobe.
It's a terrible fate. Okay, it's a terrible fate that I have to live with every day. I tried growing a beard.
The hair doesn't grow high enough.
It kind of like you can grow a beard kind of bushy enough. But you can still kind of
tuck the lobes into the beard.
Tuck a lobe.
No, there's no
way
lobe
to tuck a lobe. There's no glue. There's no surgery. I looked into it. Is there surgery to attach a lobe? There is not.
Is there really not?
Science
I would assume that there would.
You would assume so, but that's not true.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why you got a face for TV. I got a face for the internet. That's what's happening.
That's why you never turn profile. I've never seen you turn profile to the camera ever.
I'm like one of those paintings in the haunted house at Disneyland. I always try to follow you. Wherever you move. I'm just trying to get head on with you, because otherwise you're just going to notice how free hanging these lobes are.
Two tiny little punching bags just waiting
ridiculous.
to be like.
Ugh. I have dreams like that where people are just boxing my earlobes. When you're a kid and you have detached lobes, people want to flick them.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah,
I want to flick them right now. Now that I know.
Don't you fucking do it.
Now that I
put
know.
the headphones back on.
Yeah.
I'm hiding my shame. So what I'm saying to you is, okay, if they get this to second gen technology, they've already grown an ear on a rat.
They have.
They've done that.
Yeah.
Now we are doing 100% replacement shit.
Yeah.
That's what I want. When they get this just a little bit better, I'm replacing these lobes. I'm replacing the entire ear. How about you? Any part of you that you would want to regrow?
I'm good.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know, you guys. Is there any part of you that would you let them bleach down any part of you?
Yeah,
and put it back together. You should let us know with the hashtag Poor Carl on Twitter. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And hey, if you've seen a story like this, or maybe even dissimilar to this one, it doesn't have to be about mice or growing limbs. It can be about anything.
Anything.
And you want us to talk about it on the show, you can send it in to us. That's wehaveconcernshow@gmail.com or on our Reddit, which is wehaveconcerns.reddit.com. Thank you, everybody who's sending them in on Twitter. They kind of scroll past us. We kind of miss them a lot of the time, and we're very sorry about that. So if you send it to one of those two places, we definitely see them.
I definitely see your lobes.
Fuck you! Fuck you!